My name is Jeff Swartzel. I am a soccer official that lives in Indianapolis, Indiana. I started officiating in 2011, and in 2020 I received my first appointment to an MLS match. I'm married. I was married in 2010, and just last year we celebrated the birth of our first daughter, Ellie. I grew up in a small rural town in northeast Ohio, Canal Fulton, and went to Northwest High School where I played on their soccer team. Aside from officiating, I love playing board games with my family, spending time with my daughter. I like to fish and hike and spend a lot of time outside. I started playing soccer at 4 years old in North Carolina, where we were living at the time. I continued playing travel soccer, club soccer, all the way through high school, and it turns out that I was a better runner than soccer player. So when I went to college, I ran track and field for the University of Akron. And when I completed my career there, I decided I want to get back into the game, and that's when I started to officiate. One of the highlights of my playing soccer career was that I got to play in the high school state championship in Ohio in 1998. We didn't win that game, unfortunately, but it was the highlight of my playing career, and it was always a goal of mine to go back and officiate the same game. I started my officiating career in 2011 when I was 26. At the time, I was just trying to be a part of the game, and I loved the way that being a referee allowed me to be a part of games that mattered to the kids that I was officiating. There are almost 200,000 individual U.S. soccer players that are registered, and when I considered my involvement in the game and my passion for it, I decided a good way to give back to both the game that I loved and the community I lived in was to become an official so that I could help with the referee shortage and officiate some games that would allow them to happen. Officiating has helped me become a much more effective leader of teams. It has certainly helped me become a better communicator and addressing individuals in a polite, professional manner, especially in cases where they don't necessarily agree with me. There were, of course, a number of challenges that I faced during my officiating career, but what stands out is that I was provided the correct amount of support and opportunities. So for any official out there that is encountering any kind of challenge or difficulty, I can assure you that here in Indianapolis, it's possible to still achieve your goals. There's one game that stands out in my mind from my officiating career, and that was the Open Cup semifinal in 2019. It was the first time I had two MLS clubs as a part of the same competition, and I had to make a very close decision before halftime. When we got back to the locker room, I had received so many text messages from fellow officials offering their support and congratulations on the correct decision that it gave me the encouragement for the rest of the game to go out and do my job, but then also the motivation as I continued my officiating career. One of the challenges I had as a new official was the amount of negative comments I received from the sideline. It can be a challenge for a new official to really understand how well they're doing in a game when all of the comments that they're receiving from the sideline are negative. I also believe that a player's attitude can sometimes be affected by the attitudes of those on the sideline, so that when the sideline starts being negative, so too to become the players. Finally receiving the call that I was being promoted to the MLS was a true highlight in my career and in my life. This journey began 10 years ago, and the road has been long and challenging, but to finally receive that call has validated all of the hard work and passion that I had to put into this project to finally realize this goal of becoming an MLS official. What's challenging is there is no direct path to the MLS. My own journey included stops in every other area of soccer, including youth, amateur, adult, semi-pro, high school, college, and it would not have been possible without the unwavering support from my family, including my wife and father, but also the literal thousands of other officials, mentors, referee coaches, the Indiana State Referee Association, and so many other people that contributed positively to my development. So this day is actually a celebration for all of us to finally achieve this goal. My message to anybody who's thinking about becoming an official is that you can make it. I did. I made it from Indianapolis, Indiana, and I wasn't anything special. I had a passion for the game and a commitment to hard work, and those two things helped propel a career that now includes professional soccer. But I would also say that you don't have to be that person. There are more than enough games in your local community that need good, hardworking officials just to allow them to happen. So if you're a person that has a passion for the game, consider this as an avenue to give back to it. To overcome that challenge for me, I relied heavily on my fellow officials. The more information I got that we were doing things the right way, the more confidence I got to continue doing things that way. That also came in the form of mentors and administrators from the Indiana State Referee Association that would come and watch my game and provide impartial feedback and honest feedback that really helped me shape my early years as a referee. So my future goals now include just being a part of the MLS. I want to continue to be a positive role model and example for all officials that watch the professional game in the United States. But I hope that this also gives me the credibility to go back and help the next group of officials that either aspire to make it here as well or just want to be better officials themselves. The leadership at the Indiana State Referee Association was very impactful as I was working up the ladder. It started with the opportunities that they provided for education and the resources they brought in to mentor and teach the officials here in Indiana. As I continued, though, they provided an opportunity for very competitive games at the youth level and eventually at the semi-pro level. And when I needed it the most, they also were able to contribute financially to help with travel costs and equipment as I was trying to become a professional official. What really stands out for me about the leadership at the Indiana State Referee Association were the unique resources they brought in for our education and training. I had the chance to attend 2 advanced clinics here in Indiana, and the first was instructed by Carrie Seitz, who at the time had refereed 4 World Cups and 4 Olympics and is now the head of refereeing for women at FIFA. The second was instructed by Ishmael Elfath, who is a current MLS and FIFA official and has since gone on to referee the finals at some major FIFA events. I think we're all aware of the acute shortage of officials in all sports. So as a general call to action, I would ask anybody who has played or is playing the game, if you're a parent who wants to know more about the laws of the game, if you're a coach who has an interest in the game, I would encourage you to sign up and become a referee. I think it helps with understanding the game. It would make you a better player, a better coach. It would provide you opportunities to give back and hopefully give the opportunities for the next generation of soccer players to continue playing the game in your community.